my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And yes, when we say feel good, you can tell by our smiles we mean it from the bottom of our heart. Now, speaking about hearts, from the heart of Limpopo to the global stage, former Miss South Africa Shudufhadzo Musida has proven that she's far more than a crown and a sash, although we do love her in that position, with her unwavering advocacy and impactful work beyond our borders. She really just continues to be a beacon of hope, but also a beacon of change across the entire globe.
Yeah, now before we dive into her inspiring journey, let's rewind to the unforgettable moment when Mzansi first fell in love with her during the 2020 Miss SA pageant. Bring on nostalgia.
What movement would you mobilize and why?
I would call my movement the mindful movement. Suicide is one of the leading causes of death between people aged 15 and 29. 1 in 3 people are expected to suffer from mental illnesses in their lifetime. So I believe that mobilizing people to strive for mental health would actually fix so many social ills in our society. And that is what I would mobilize. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, come
Come on now, big one. Ladies and gentlemen, our queen of the hour. Woo!
It's making me blush. Oh my goodness, welcome back.
How
you
you
look
doing?
gorgeous. How are you?
I'm tired.
To say the least.
I'm tired. I was so scared of missing this time slot that I couldn't sleep. Like, you know, you're just up.
Right.
I don't know if it was like excitement because I haven't seen you guys in like 3 years in person.
Come on.
4 years, actually.
We're going to say it's that. Yes, we're going to claim that.
Let's claim that, but I'm good. I'm really happy to be back home. I'm really happy to be in studio with you guys.
Wow. We're so happy that you are here. There's been smiles all around. But when you say a little tired, we completely understand that as well, because you've been a busy girl.
Sure, yeah.
You're back now on home territory, but you've been abroad in the US for quite a bit. You said month on month or 4 months or What have you been doing?
I've been doing my master's.
Come on.
I'm at Columbia University and I'm doing my master's in international affairs, but I'm actually moving on to like a more STEM track because I realized like my brain loves math, even though I hate it at the same time. So I'm doing a lot more stats-based work, but focusing on economics and political development with a specialization in leadership, innovation and design. So I'm focusing on design thinking, systems thinking. So instead of just working on policy, how do we actually implement things on the ground? So I've been a big, like obviously advocate for investment, for empowering young women and girls, but what does that actually look like on paper? So I've had the privilege of actually even consulting for companies now, or organizations rather, in Nairobi. I've been doing that obviously for organizations for the past 3 years, but to do it under such an official mandate. You know, when you put together a 37-page proposal, and you're like, I did that.
I did that.
So I'm a nerd and I really love learning. So I've been in New York for the past 10 months, obviously on and off because I'm between both. And it's been a wild ride.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wild
Women
ride.
in STEM.
Absolutely.
Yes, baby.
I almost feel like, and I use this word and I'm using it pertinently, but you've entered like the crescendo of your athlete era. For someone that's able to travel the way you are, that's juggling so much and still looking this good, you're definitely tapping into something special to fuel you.
100%.
And I know it's not just passion because you're creating impact on such a level that you're still able to do it amongst all this chaos that you're dealing with. We're talking about UNFPA, which is causing incredible impact. It's a championing women and girls in incredible spaces. Talk to me more about this and how are you balancing this crazy juggling act that's currently going on?
Honestly, I've got incredible support, but it's been strange because I work on 2 different time zones. So most of the time, sometimes I'll have a meeting at 6 a.m. before class, and then in between, I'm also trying to juggle my work here in South Africa. And the team, like the UNFPA team, has been incredible. I was the first ever regional champion for the UNFPA for East and Southern Africa, and because of the work that we did over the 2 years, as soon as I got to New York, they're like, we want to make you a global champion.
Sure.
Wow.
And because of that, I've had incredible opportunities to speak to incredible people, advocate for not just the rights, especially during this, I call it a turbulent time, where investment now more than ever in women and girls is so important. So the work that they're doing, for example, in humanitarian crises and conflict-stricken areas, they are right there on the ground making sure that women can deliver babies safely. They have midwives on the ground. They've got health kits on the ground. And the work that they're doing, and this is not just with the UNFPA, but like the midwives as well on the ground, the people at grassroots level who are doing the work, those are the people that I speak on behalf of, because I can only be I call myself a mouthpiece because I don't think anyone is voiceless at all. So people like saying I'm the voice for the voiceless.
Right.
There's no point where no one is, where a person is voiceless. They just don't have a seat at the table. And since I've got a seat at the table, how do I bring those stories to make sure that they also get their time to say, this is what we're doing, this is what you're investing in, see us, hear us. And that's what the UNFPA work is about. And I'm so privileged to be a global champion, to be on the platforms that I find myself on. I had a pinch me moment. I was at UN headquarters and I was sitting there moderating a conversation. I'm like, I dreamt about this when I was 8 at my grandfather's house. And to be at this point, for me, it's not like I do it because, you know, it's cool or anything, but it's literally what drives me. It's what I was raised on. Like, I saw it from my grandmother, from my aunt.
Wow.
My aunt raised children that weren't even hers, and we are products of love that extended far beyond responsibility.
Wow.
Are we fulfilling our destiny
Good.
right now?
I
It
think
definitely
so.
feels like it.
Be close, be close.
You know what, I was actually going to ask you, Shudu, about your why, but I think it's so apparent. And also, every single area and season you've been in has not been in vain. It's always been an act of service, from being in the pageantry space to being in the advocacy space to now being in the education space and beyond. It is just, I'm literally getting goosebumps under this animal print dress. It is just incredible the work you're doing, and woman to woman, I am completely inspired by your journey.
Thank you so much. I think my why again is just knowing, you know, in different scriptures or different books that you read, I've studied different religions, but there's one thing that is clear, that we need to be of service to one another.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we forget, you know, like that whole thing, when you rise, lift other people with you. I sometimes sit and I get scared because I'm like, I don't want to be the only person who actually gets to sit at these tables, you know. I've become a lot more fearless in the things that I say to some of the high-level people that I work with, and I'm so grateful to have the support around me that allows me to actually say things that I think are important to say. You know, the encouragement from my mentors. And I think my why is that. And I don't think it should only be my why. I think it should be all of our whys.
Sure.
You know, like, how do we, it's something as simple as putting a smile on someone's face. You know, like, you look nice. So, like, it's the little things. I think people think being of service means big things. But it's literally the small things in the little spaces that we have.
I love that.
Yeah.
Sure, absolutely love this conversation, and we're not stopping it there. We just need to take a break, reflect on all this magic coming our way, and of course our queen is not going anywhere. We're going to be chatting to her more about this incredible impact, the passion and the purpose that we all could take a page out of. Well, we'll keep with that, but for now though, G-Man, what's happening your side, bruv?